Hey and welcome to this edition of the Chroniclerpodcast. It will be our last edition about Ultimate Conquest for now, because the season obviously ended. And today I am accompanied by Bubble, Gaki, and Raistlin. Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
I don't know, Bubble, why your microphone always cuts out after the second hey.
Because you guys are too cheap to boost the server.
This has nothing to do with Nitro or the server being boosted.
No, you need to boost the server so you get higher ping, though.
No! I won't boost the server. No. Alright,
Okay.
so let's get started. We sadly can't see the match page of the last match because it was already removed because the season ended. But it was Run versus BCL in the final, and BCL obviously won. But it was quite expensive for them, I'd say, because there was a constant influx of rallies and solo attacks on the port, which BCL was holding.
Yeah, like 40 minutes pod battle.
Yeah, and I watched it only, and I just saw all the marching speed ups that were used from BCL to reinforce it was just insane.
Yeah,
BCL. Gaki, you go first, then I go.
Yes, like also, who was it, like Drogon or Burger, who said like he used like 500 speed ups?
Yeah, he said he used
50%.
550% and 500 days of heals. I think.
BCL looking at the $1,000 recharge and singing "Hello Darkness, my old friend."
Yeah, I don't think that many people that were part of boycotting, like who didn't recharge or like allegedly didn't recharge, just kept that promise after this match.
We're all Black Diamond junkies, you know, like
Yeah.
need to go to rehab.
But yeah, I don't know what there's much to say about the final. BCL won. Run made it quite costly for them in total.
And no 80k points.
And they didn't get 80k points, that's true. People who betted on Run were supposed to win the bet, but the feather thing just disappeared as well after reset. So yeah.
Yeah, somehow I got like 100 feathers, even though I couldn't even bet.
Lol.
I still have like 100 feathers. I don't know
That's
how.
weird.
Why.
That's weird. But yeah, I guess as there's not much about to talk about the final itself, we can like make a quick summary of Ultimate Conquest and like points that we
Biggest
would.
upsets.
Yeah, we could talk about that and also like points that we would like to see addressed maybe for future versions of Conquest.
I thought it was quite fun because I took one of the strongholds and I was getting solo hitted by CCKU and Drogon. And it was like bang, bang, and they were trying to knock me out really hard. And I was like, this is pretty good, you know, because those max accounts, you've seen it yourself, like Savo can solo, Kiniston can solo, and you're getting hit by those two monsters and they haven't kicked you out. I was like, so I'm doing pretty good here. And Drogon eventually managed to solo me out, but it was only him in, so I soloed him out. And Zephyr, he knocked me out, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take it back again, and solo hit him, but it was the wrong troop type, and I didn't want to heal. So I failed miserably, tried to take it back again, but I could have if I hit with infantry.
Yeah.
I remember there was a guy in World Chat afterwards, like, oh, I can't believe you tried solo Zephyr, what a stupid idiot you are. And I'm like, well, it was the last of my troops. I thought I'd give it a go, you know? If I wanted to take it back, I could have, but...
Yeah. I mean, you guys didn't really go beyond your like the ones that were bought the speed ups, right? Like maybe except Savo and Mox and some other people, but
I mean,
like
some people, yeah.
most of Run didn't go beyond the board heals and speed ups, right?
I mean, you can check my points. I pretty much only used. I don't know, like what's the limit, and yeah.
Wait, why do I have sound here? I don't want to hear sounds. No
Yeah,
KVK anymore. I don't need sounds.
In the enemy stronghold, one of our guys took it, and he didn't put a lord in there or anything, and he was sitting on it for like, I think it was 12 minutes or something.
Oh, he didn't have the
unhindered.
Lord in there? Oh.
And then I think it was CCKU that hit him, and then it's like, oh no, I'm abandoning ship. He just realized I suck.
Yeah, I mean, as a spectator, it was kind of fun to watch. Like 40 minutes of port action. I mean, it got dull after a while, but then the other stuff happened at the strongholds and stuff, so it was kind of wasn't a completely boring match, and was I think it was the closest match for BCL, and it still was a landslide. So yeah, it's just
The
ridiculous. Really, the
chroniclers will
difference.
be upset because they're all expecting this big, exciting match, and really, if you've seen all the videos go up online, they're all the same thing. It's just
Yep.
the port.
Yep, it's just sport. I mean,
2-minute videos of the port.
I had a plan. Like I thought maybe you guys don't show up, and then I just upload. Like I had this awesome intro made up, and then I just post a picture of the empty hive of Run, but you guys showed up, so I just scrambled that plan. But
It did cross our minds to go in as trees.
oh, that would have been nice.
Anybody that's got the tree skin, feel that anybody that's not, just put on the default skin. It would have been quite fun. But
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, so let's get to the overall topic of Ultimate Conquest then. It's like we have basically 3 different viewpoints, I guess. With me just being a spectator of the entire thing, Bubble playing half of Ultimate Conquest, and Gaki and Raistlin playing the entire thing until the final. From my point of view, it was interesting to see the different alliances perform that I've never seen before, because I just never met many of them. So I could like watch and see how they are doing stuff, and maybe think about how we are doing stuff and compare it and maybe improve our playstyle as well. But it was also this betting thing was also a really fun thing to do actually. Like you always had to figure out, in the beginning at least, in the closer matches, will they make it with the handicap? Should I bet on them? Should I bet on this? And you maybe lost some. Like I lost all my feathers that I had at that point when I betted on TNR against AFO, and AFO upset them and won the thing and stuff like that. But I overall found it pretty fun event, even as a non-participant. Just that the spectator tour has a bit of room for improvement, I'd say, to put it lightly. But yeah, it's fun.
yeah, and it was a slog after a while, like when you first go into it, you're like, yeah, you win the first match, you get 80k points, and then next match, 80k points. And then it gets to the last few matches where there's only like 10k point difference between who you're playing. Especially in our rematch versus Cartel, that was quite competitive fight. And loads of people were saying, especially over YouTube comments and everything, that was the real final. That was the best match of the season. So hats off to those guys.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree, I guess, and it's like I can understand it for like this season must have been so incredibly boring for BCL though. Like they go in every time they completely smash their enemies. After an hour, they go out again, and it's like cool. We did the same thing we did during the entire normal season. Nothing changed. Let's go. It's like
they should do that thing, in the World Cup. After you get the World Cup winner, every year they do a thing where there's like a coalition kind of match, where all the best players of all the other teams come together to play the winning team. It's just a fun event. I think it's a charity event or something. But to do that, if you take like the best performing players of the season that aren't BCL, put them into one match to take on BCL just for a bit of fun, no rewards or anything like that. and see what would happen. It's something for the devs to consider. I doubt they would do it, but it would be fun just to see how well they would perform against a stacked roster on the other side.
Yeah, but I mean, if something like that would be added, then there's the problem of coordination between people just randomly brought together, and BCL is an alliance who have played together for a year and played multiple Conquest season and all. So, I mean, it would be fun to see some kind of coalition, maybe. But yeah, I'm not sure how well that would work out, to be honest.
Just start putting up posters. We are looking for English-speaking coalition.
Join the revolution. We need you. But yeah. Bubble, how did you see Ultimate Conquest as a person who participated with FDH and maybe didn't have that many landslide victories as BCL or Run had?
Oh no, I feel like the Ultimate Conquest is fun for everyone though. It's a good event. Like they should just like give BCL first place and let the rest play for it.
Yeah. I mean, you can be really unlucky, like VRM played against BCL first match and then AFO second match and just got kicked out. It's like a bit unlucky, but overall I think I can.
I mean, it's not unlucky, because like they had they were like played 32.
Yeah.
So they were like, yeah. I mean, at least at first I was scared that like you wouldn't get any rewards for playing a good normal season, but luckily like it was well made. So like it was sure like we were second and like we only met like BCL in the final.
Yeah.
So it's like really well made. It would be like really stupid if we finished second and then we would like play BCL in the first match. That would be really stupid.
Oh yeah, that's
because
true.
then we don't really get a reward for playing a good season.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean,
liked
it's a hard thing to balance, right? Because like all the alliances that are in the top 32 basically played a good season, right? So
yeah, but
some
we
of
played
them
a better season than Room.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
yeah, of course. It's a fair assessment, I guess.
I thought BCL might drop their match against the cartel, the first one, and go down to the lower bracket and then rematch cartel in the final and then beat them. So that way that would secure first and second place for them and their friends.
But I think they won't drop a match. It's not.
I mean, I thought about that too, but same as Gaki, I don't think that BCL's pride would stand that.
Yeah, I kind of respect that in some sense, that you're not dropping the match just to.
Also,
screw
like,
with it.
there would be a lot of cartel memes, like, if they drop the match on purpose. It would be like.
Wasn't there an alliance that dropped it? Was it BTS or someone that dropped out?
Yeah, BTS dropped a game against KGD.
People were going batshit crazy in Discord.
I mean, it basically destroyed many predictions. So, yeah. But I mean, it's a like that's a problem when you have different amount of games between the winner and the loser bracket, because the loser bracket is for a top alliance makes technically more sense because you get more rewards out of it because you play more matches and can win more matches. Yeah, which is kind of, but like it's hard to balance. Like I don't know what to do about stuff like that. People intentionally dropping matches.
Yeah, you also have a lot of like sandbagging as well. Like JHR were in the B League,
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
what the hell is this? And CFO, they were in A League. So
Yeah, I don't know CFO, to be honest.
CFO is
really
OATD. CFO is OATD.
Ah, okay. They are in A League, damn. But they weren't there in the regular season. You don't see them in the rankings.
I think they basically formed the alliance after ATD disbanded, so like every one of the older members is just hanging down there. So it's like a relatively new alliance. Probably
Hmm.
level 1 or 2 or something. It's like retardedly low.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, and same with JHR. Like they dropped the game, and the first game, like they didn't register, so they got placed into B League. Same as a few other alliances here. I mean, all of the top 6 should be in B League. And MHL, BOE. I think a few alliances that did it. But the devs now have 70 days to fix this.
In MHL sense, they were just a new alliance at that time.
That's fair. Like, true.
I don't even think Terrax had like 20 people at that point. It was still new, so not registering made sense. By the time the second match came around, he had more guys than he could form it.
That's true.
But some of the other ones, you're looking at that list and you're going, what? 1 KS in B League? This is not right.
Yeah. Like same with JHR. It's like with their high participation, I think they could actually get far during their normal conquest. Ultimate conquest as well.
Yeah, but like with these numbers, you never know. Like if like are like 30 people AFK in the back, like
I mean, yeah, true.
are these alts? I mean, to be honest, it's for me it's like very unlikely that like 95 people play at the same time, like are all online.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. It's just
quite unlikely. I mean, we'll see what the upcoming season will mean. I mean, do you guys think that we'll have to wait 70 days, or will it just be changed?
We won't wait 70 days.
Well, we got that new event coming, the one that was on Pioneer, the Battle of Winterfell one.
Yeah, true.
So that'll go live, and they said they're going to do a test season first. So if you think about how long these seasons are, they go on for a month. So they'll probably have a test match to see if there's any bugs. Then they'll rest for a week. Then we'll go into a whole season of it. Then they'll rest for a week. So if you think about it, that's 6 weeks. And that 70 days isn't that bad, you know. So
yeah, but I mean, like it's
over.
Yeah, I mean, the main problem I have with if it would actually be 70 days, it would mean like all the people who didn't participate in Ultimate Conquest, it would be a 3-month wait between conquests.
Yeah.
And even less Simon medals than you would usually get. So I will get him gold in 5 years or something. Cool.
You'll be on your rocking chair at your PC.
Yeah, I'll be in some cryopod.
Telling your grandkids, you know,
Like,
I've been playing this game for years.
Do you remember having Simon on Grey? Pepperidge Farm remembers. But yeah, I mean, then this new event allegedly, or like supposedly gives Vader points as well, I think.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
I hope it's a good event.
I hope so too. It looks really interesting from what I saw that our fellow chroniclers posted. And it looks kind of interesting.
I got to play on Pioneer and it was really fun, you know, because there's extra castles now and you have free control of your units. So there's no speed ups or anything. You just click, it's like Command and Conquer. You can move your troops wherever you want.
That's why.
So now you can have a meetup point, like just outside of a castle, meet up with like 20 of you or something, and then attack at once. Whereas before it was just straight lines.
I mean,
so sometimes your rallies were off or something like that, but now you can meet up, or you can go raiding and things like that. There's far more control over this event than there is in Alliance Conquest. Maybe even see Alliance Conquest get replaced by this event.
I'm not sure. I don't think so, but I mean, I'm curious to see how the difference between spenders and non-spenders will be in this event. Like, it's obviously still there, but maybe it's a bit
Well, it's like
lower
Captain
because it's more
Flag.
complex.
You go to a castle, and if you're the first one there, you start holding it. Then, if someone wants to take it, obviously if it's empty, they can just go up and the timer will go down. But if there's a unit on there, they can't take it until that unit's beaten. So just say there's only one person holding it. A free-to-play alliance can field like 20 players and all go for that one guy holding it. Even if it's someone like Sahu or Kiniston or something, they're not going to hold off against 20 players.
But does it really work like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's giving a more freedom over your attack and your defense. Same, you can get out of there and you can just go to a new castle rather than recall your units and then send them out. You know, like you would do in Alliance Conquest, you would bring your troops back and then you would send them out again. Well, there could be a castle next to you which is completely free, but then Kiniston's coming to hit you, so you would just go, oh, I'll just come out of this castle and we'll go down to that castle. So it gives you more survivability, more freedom, and more expression over your attacks. But so I think it's going to be a good event.
I mean, if it really works like in a more balanced way, then sure, why not? But I guess we'll see. Like it's announced to release in October, but there's no fixed date yet, so we'll see in the next weeks when it will release and how it will be, or if it's get delayed. Who knows? But like coming back to Ultimate Conquest, do you guys have an estimate on how many days of speed ups you used on healings?
400, 300.
I used about 200 in the cartel alone.
Yikes! But like, how many matches did you play, Bubble?
I played every match.
Because like what's the average cost per match of Ultimate Conquest? Because like for alliances like Run, I imagine it's not
In the early
that high
match,
unless you get to the tough matches like BTS, CTL, and BCL maybe.
yeah.
Or for like
in
for the
early
smaller
match,
alliances. Sorry.
it was about 70 days of speed ups in early matches.
70 or 70?
70, yeah. And
Damn, that's
in
a
the
lot.
later matches, it was 3 times that much. You know, the one against BTS, like at the start, it was just go, 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 like from both sides. It was a lot of fun with those guys. And the cartel match, as you saw, it was really competitive. So, yeah, about 200 days in the upper echelon. In the beginning, it was about 70. So if you think
Damn,
about
that's
it,
insane.
it's our 8 matches. So 70 to 280. Oh, just say over 1200 days of speed ups altogether.
That's literally insane.
I mean, yeah, it always depends on the player.
I mean,
I
yeah,
didn't
of
spend
course.
1200 days because I had like I don't know. Maybe I spent like I don't know 150 days. I don't know, not that
During the
much.
entire season?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
if
yeah,
you don't
obviously.
have that much, you can't spend.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I'd say, like if I would spend like Raistlin, I would have enough speed ups for 1.5 matches. So cool. But
Yeah.
like, I mean, 150 days is even that is quite a lot.
Yeah, and a whole season. I mean, if you get like I don't know, 8 days speed ups a day, or maybe a little bit less, it's okay. It's for the pride.
Yeah, true, true. But like, if you would have Conquest, normal Conquest, Ultimate Conquest, normal Conquest, Ultimate
I
Conquest,
mean,
back
no one
after
would
back
spend
after
that
back,
much.
it would be
Draining.
draining. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you always have these matches that are more expensive. Like, for example, Bubble and his match against Ash or GJ's,
Without a shop.
or even without a shop. And for you guys with CTL
Yeah.
and BTS. But, I mean, is it like now that you've gotten rank 2 in Ultimate Conquest? Is it is it worth like cost reward ratio?
I mean, in theory, yes, because like for like 100% troop size is like, I don't know, like even how to calculate it, but it's like few $100, like, because I think you only get like 2 from if you max out a pack. So yeah, and also like 15 Simon medals. It's like the whole AC season.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you'll have an advantage over anyone that didn't play that far by getting those extra Simon medals. So it's like he's like the race to gold just now. So by playing an entire season, you're going to get more of a head start over everybody else.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe like in the next season, like people will spend less. I don't know, because like in the end, I don't know if it's worth all the healings. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but if you're not a big spender, you will never buy out the packs to get the 100% increases, right? And in the same way, you will probably never need them. Maybe outside of
Except for
Conquest
AC.
again. Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, it's nice to have.
The 100% troop size on someone like Kinston or Savo in Thunderstorm, whatever, reinforcing full.
Yeah, I think
everybody in the alliance does that.
Yeah, I mean, like Savo used to 100%. I think he was at like 1.7 million solo march, and like with 200k extra, it's like 1.9. So you can reinforce with like 2 million troops. But okay, now we have to do predictions. Like, if the next season is in like 2 months,
yeah,
what will the max like solo size be? Because I think like last AC season it was like, oh, I don't know, like wait, like the season before this one, I don't know, like what was the max solo size? I don't even remember.
Me neither. But like, if it keeps happening like this, I will assume it will go towards 2 million with a 75%.
Probably like 2 or 3 new commanders with command driven stats, or
yeah, and not even new commanders, but maybe if they release more awakening for commanders with commandership.
Or like 8 new refinement tabs.
No, please stop.
That rally size is like 7 million on the player.
Yeah, I will stay under my bubble happily till the end of days.
No, you fight.
Like
you fight. You got black diamonds to fight.
Yeah, I'll just whale up and do the same.
I think next season we'll see more hired guns like jumping. Obviously, I was in HPL before I joined Run, and Alliance Conquest is my favorite event. It's the best event in the game. And I messaged Gucky. I was like, "Hey, do you want an extra guy? You know, I'll drop out of my last match and I'll come join you guys because I won't play it." And the rest is history. So maybe there'll be more guys that are doing that. You know, they'll play through, they'll win 3 or 4 matches, and then they'll go, "Oh, I'm not going to qualify, so why don't I jump to one of the..."
The point, Bubble will join us next season, so.
Oh yes, I will be there in spirit and in multiple accounts. Oh, not joking though. If you guys actually made it and like MHR doesn't, I will jump ship.
And Grom will come as well, like
Yeah, so any match that we poorly perform, we can just blame Grom.
Yeah.
We all need a reason to join Run. Like there's hey, when you guys spotting the K54. Hey, wait, what? Wait, what?
I didn't knew that it was attached. I didn't read the small stuff written on the bottom of the contract. Oops. I mean, it'll be interesting. I'm actually looking forward to the next season because I want to see how we perform now as well.
With Grom's max account now.
Yeah, Grom's max. Oh god, I wish I wish, Kaki. I wish.
Soon.
You might see people go hard right away. You know, in the very first match, just go 100% to eliminate like a really good person. Because there's this show called The Ultimate Fighter, and sometimes, like the rank #1 guy, they'll get to pick the fight, and they'll put him up against the lowest seed. So it's like the guy's got a black belt and everything. He goes up against like the weakest guy in the show. Easy elimination goes through. So you might see a bit more of that, you know, like FDH or someone just tanking the first match to take out a really popular one like WTP or something like that. So you might get more shock decisions.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hope that in upcoming seasons we will see a lot more upsets to make the entire thing more interesting. Because, like,
think
I mean, we had
in
a
the
few
whole
upsets.
season, there was like 3 or 4, wasn't there? That we went, oh, that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I mean, in what was there in Ultimate Conquest? It was like probably TNR losing against AFO, which was probably an upset.
Hats off to MED. You know, they went pretty damn far. You know,
Oh yeah,
they were the
Matt.
underdog of the season. You know, they were great.
Yeah, Matt did really good as well in the season. Like them winning against Rui was probably an upset as well, I guess. They were definitely the underdogs in that match. Especially after losing the first match against Rui. Were there any other upsets that you remember?
I mean, like the BTS game, but it's like it was dropped.
Yeah, but like, is it an upset if they lose on purpose?
The TNR one was definitely.
Yeah, so it's basically the TNR match that was an upset. It was Matt against Rui that was an upset. And I mean, maybe people would argue that the you guys losing against CTL could be seen as an upset.
Yeah,
which I wouldn't really agree, but I mean, you could make that argument.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had the argument ourselves on both sides of the fence. You know that the weather. You know that was a big thing in that match. You know, like as we said in the last podcast about the RNG factor. You know that when thunderstorm lands, you're just like, oh god.
Yep. I mean, that's something I would wish for them to consider for the next Ultimate Conquest season. It's like maybe adjusting the weathers a bit. Like, I mean, it's a nice addition. It brings some random factor into games, but the random factor shouldn't be that big and that game deciding.
It should be more tweaked towards like troop benefits, like marching speed and rally speed and things like that. Not game changers completely that you can put 40 million troops in the capital, you know.
Would be like funny whether like you can only use bows or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I can bring in my 50k T1 bows and that's all I have.
I don't know. Someone would be funny, like some, I don't know, like, or maybe like you can only send 10k troops, like something really stupid.
Yeah,
or
I mean,
to do like bogey ones, you know, like bow attack 2000%. So people bring in bows.
Yeah, that's like something funny.
I mean, under the last episode, Sabo actually commented with an idea of his towards Ultimate Conquest and maybe a way to balance it a bit more. He basically said that maybe you should reduce the amount of troops you can bring in depending on the power you have. I mean, it would certainly be a cool idea, but I'm not sure how to balance it because if you just take if you take actual BR, it's a bit like it can be manipulated easily.
Yeah, because rally leads are still rally leads, you know, like, say Sabo can only bring in 1 million troops compared to, like, 3 million he usually can. The people that are supporting his rallies are still feeding them troops anyway. So
Yeah, but like that's like yeah, but him only being able to bring 1 million troops or something would basically remove the issue of just soloing everything out, right?
I mean, 1 million solo is still pretty damn
I mean,
scary,
yeah, of course, but yeah, but it's
Actually, I think that he suggested that so he doesn't have to burn the speed ups. Like, oh, sorry guys, 1 million only.
I mean, I think it would be a good idea, but it's like hard to balance if you just take only research power into consideration, maybe, or like all the power without troops. It would be easier to balance, but then the difference isn't that high between the whales and
But
other
for me,
people.
like there's, I mean, like the, I don't know, like the strong people get punished. I don't see that coming. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't see
they
that
get
coming
punished for
either.
paying. Like, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's coming either, but I think it would be a
I
good,
mean, it would be interesting.
it would be interesting idea, and I mean, it coming from one of the it coming from the strongest player that exists in the game at the moment basically indicates that he would be okay with being punished in conquest. I mean, at least in terms of alliance conquest.
Yeah, but I think in general.
I mean, yeah, in general, it's always a shitty thing to punish the strong people, but if it's the only way to bring a bit of balance to events like conquest, maybe it's a necessary evil.
Well, in the past month, remember what happened when one of the big players felt debuffed? Shh.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Battle of Winterfell event, apparently it's based off your commander power. So
Oh, good.
your
I don't have commanders.
your gold, if it's based off of the quality of your commanders, so obviously a gold Chris will be better than a blue Chris or whatever. I didn't get a chance to try any of the combat because the people we played against didn't field anyone. Apparently it's going to be like you bring in 3 million troops, and it's the core stats of those troops plus commanders. So even a free-to-play alliance that has Gold Chris, Garel, and everything like that, they can hold off some kind of offense. The only advantage, really, for like Wales is the healing.
Okay. I mean, will be interesting to see how it plays out.
I mean, Kiniston hit me in Ultimate Conquest, and she lost 50k troops, and she killed 700k of mine. And I'm no slouch. You know?
Yeah,
I just looked at the report and I went, she's not playing the same game as me.
yeah. I mean, they certainly play in a completely different league that none of us can even dream of competing with them at the moment. But
especially when you took solo hits from guys like Drogon and CCKU, and you're like, okay, it's not so bad. It's like you either won by 100k or you lost by 100k, and then she hits you, and it's just decimation. And I was like, this, this is not fair. I need to sell a kidney.
yeah,
I suppose it would be the same on the other side. You know, people getting hit by Saba and going, nah, he's not playing the same game as me.
yeah. I mean, I guess, but like that's basically what most of the people have been feeling the entire time over. Like if they went up against Wales, so it's just now that it reached a new level. But I mean, yeah. Do you guys have anything else to say about Ultimate Conquest? Anything? Any
fun.
thoughts you want to get rid of?
Not too many bugs for the first time, so I'm proud.
I mean, it basically was just the same mode that we played for like a year already.
Yeah, but
just with weather.
there's always some stuff that can happen.
I mean, yeah,
I mean,
of course.
okay, there was like the point. I don't know if it's a bug, but like people with 1.5 billion power are like 100 point castles, or even like 0 castles in the middle season.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
We can
Also,
put
they had a
a-
few problems with the shop or with reports not being
Oh, yeah.
shown, but stuff like that happened during normal season as well. So I guess
another
it's...
radio advertisement for next season. If you are a whale and you want to join the coalition against BCL, if you're English speaking and play at 1 o'clock GMT, we want you. Why today?
Yeah, go meme it, Raistlin.
Wait, what? Run is recruiting?
Gaki will be flooded by messages by people that are not whales now.
No.
Hi guys, I am 100 mil power. I need to save scrolls for K54. I will be there in 1 year, but can I join run?
There are a lot of strange mails. Like yeah, I don't have T-Force yet, but like my PvP experience has like 50k merits. Yeah, sure. I don't know.
I'll have Mighty Force in half a year. Can I join Run, please? Thank you.
I don't have T-Force yet, but with your help, I could unlock them really fast.
Yes, I am spy. Can I join alliance? I have many accounts everywhere. Can I join run? I need to add it to my collection.
Oh.
Do any of you guys have Death of John Aaron Tile 1?
Okay, I think we talked about everything that we want to talk
wait,
about.
I got it. Raistlin, open friend request. I can trade it with you.
All right, then. This was the last podcast about Ultimate Conquest. Maybe we'll see you guys soon again about different topics. But
Wait,
we don't have anything in the pipeline right now, I think.
Wait, if you guys want us to interview somebody as a collective, just let us know.
Oh god. I mean, yeah, it could be fun.
We should interview someone from BCL. Reach out.
I mean, I'd be open for it, but I'm not sure if... Yeah. But I mean, if you guys have any topics that you want us to discuss in this round or with different people, maybe even propose guests, or want to be a guest yourself, you can hit...
Right in my moments.
you
It's like my moments, yeah.
And like Gaki's moment, exactly. You can hit me up on Discord or in game or in YouTube comments, moment comments, wherever you like. And
yeah, everybody has to go like Gucky's post because he said if he gets 200 likes on his post, he in his next post he'll say, "Evening, mother guckers." It'll be
For
worth.
everyone, like Ducky gets, an angel gets another wing.
For every like,
like.
I will kill 1 million troops from criticism.
I want to see how you do that, so I'll go like it with...
I will like hacker and then just delete troops.
One like for 1 million of Guna's T4.
Like I see Gaki writing a program. If I get 1 like, then Kinnison Troop minus 1 million.
Yeah. I will ask the desk like to implement it.
You know what? Kinnison probably has so many troops that she wouldn't even notice. Like, what? 1 died? Oh, wait, what? 1 million? Ah!
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, I mean, thanks for sticking with us for the entire Conquest season. Thanks you all for joining me every time for this podcast here. And
yeah, thanks for paying the wage.
Yeah, exactly. Good wage. Yes.
Yeah, well, guys,
I'm getting my 8 black diamonds per hour. Yeah, nice.
Yes. Minimum wage.
We should do like the LCS thing, you know, like the League of Legends, when 4 casters predict the match and the loser caster has to like do something like retarded, like eat 5 tea bags or something.
Oh, yeah, we could do that maybe for next season.
Yeah,
Have
it'd be
some
like,
sort of betting competition. The loser has to do something that the winner can decide. Oh, this
That would
could
be a
be
good
interesting.
thing if, because BCL won, they go in with a handicap next season. So
You can
if
only
they
bring like one troop.
pick off the monster speed, yeah, just a bunch of debuffs, you know.
You can
like if
the return of Chuck Norris.
Like CC, like he has nightmares if he hears us.
Yes, one troop. No.
Oh man. I remember like when Seppala tried it like on someone else. I think on Kinnison like with a account with like negative attack.
Like imagine that would work. But yeah, then I'll wrap it up at this point, I think. Thanks again, and see you on the next edition of the podcast. Bye bye.
Way.
Maybe